lawn care ninjas, how are you doing today on this beautiful thirsty Thursday? That's right, I already said it, thirsty Thursday, and Busy Bee has been nothing but thirsty and hungry. What you eating there, Busy Bee?
We're eating a Chick-fil-A biscuit.
Chick-fil-A biscuit. That's your second one. So Busy Bee has been eating crazy ever since this heat has picked up. He's like, whoop, I
gotta keep something.
I gotta start bringing some food or something, because my breakfast is not holding me anymore like it used to.
No, that's for sure. And
he's been drinking lots of water and some Powerade, and hope you ninjas are drinking lots of water and some Powerade, Gatorade, whatever it may be. Just stay hydrated. It is not a joke out here. It is super, super hot, but you know, and pace yourself. You know, if you do 1 or 2 or 3 yards back to back or something, take a little break in the truck. You know, don't be scared to sit in the truck for a few minutes. You know, cool off. Anyway, we just pulled up at this one. This is the one where we did that mulch job, and with the bags. You guys have seen it. Those of you who watch the videos, you guys will remember this house. Not a big deal. You can see the grass is not even slowed down, and this is a bi-weekly, and the grass is not even that tall. So we're gonna zip on through this one. What is some of the worst things that are in people's yards that is a pain in the wapacha for a landscape or lawn care? As you can see over there by that walkway, there's about 16 I don't know, but there's like 10 or 16, I don't know, little flags that Busy Bee has to pick up and then weed eat an edge and then put them back. And why do you have to pick them up?
Well, if I don't pick them up, I'll snap them all in half.
If he does not pick them up, he'll snap them all in half. So that's one of the things. Anything like that is really just a headache. So what are some of the other things? What was something yesterday we were having to move around when we picked up a new yard?
Oh, them little lights you put in the ground.
The little lights. So there's those little lights in the ground that people like to put. There's like one over there, right there. This is the neighbor, but right there. And we were finished with one of our yards yesterday, and the guy just pulled up with his truck, and he was like, hey, do you have time for one more? I said, I don't know. So anytime you have somebody pull up next to you and ask you, hey, can you come quickly and mow my yard too? Never go ahead and say, yeah, sure. And then you go over there and it looks like it turns into a 3-hour job, and then, you know, it'll affect your whole schedule. You don't want to do that. Or you don't want to say, yeah, sure, and then you go over there and find out you can't do it, and then tell them, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You know, we'll have to schedule it or something. My phone goes off every time when I start recording. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
so it's not just me.
No, it's part of it, I guess.
It's part of it. So I told him, let me go look at it. We were just finished, so I followed him there, and we ended up doing it, did we not?
Yeah,
it was just a quick little yard, nothing to it. And he said his mower is down, so if it gets fixed, you know, he'll take over. But if it doesn't, he'll just call me again. So I don't expect him. It was just a one-time thing to help him. It wasn't even that bad, but, you know, he needed some help. So anyway, but those lights, little flags like that, be careful. Do not get lazy and try to weed eat around them and snap them. So what did Busy Bee, what did we just find out? See, Busy Bee's been on a roll. Not only did he bust a glass door Monday, but what did we find out that you busted at another person's property?
I accidentally hit one of their lights.
1 or 2 or 3. So they actually had some lights down, and they just purchased them, from what she tells me, and the weed eater just sliced through them like crazy. And I said, Busy Bee, was that you? And he goes, it could have been me. like who else would it be? Come on, Busy Bee. But you know, and I told him, look, man, you can't do that. Don't be afraid to pick those up and move them. I know they can be a little bit pain in the butt, but just pick them up, move them, and you know, that's just part of it. But sprinkler heads, if you've got any that are sticking up a little higher than they should, that can be a pain. You definitely don't want to hit those. Those are pretty pricey, but Busy Bee is going to take care of those lights, aren't you, Busy Bee? So now that it brings us on the topic of pricing and money, of course, as you guys saw if you watched the last video, we busted a front glass door, and one of the big questions is who pays for that. Now when you say who pays for that, it's like, of course I'm responsible for it by all means, like as a company, but should I pay for that, or should I make the employee or anybody who's helping you, working for you, doesn't really matter, should I make Busy Bee pay for it? Now Busy Bee was telling me the last company he worked for, what did you screw up and he ended up taking it out of your check?
We ended up falling through a roof, putting some ductwork in. And
what you fell through the roof?
Yeah, me and another guy.
So Busy Bee fell through the roof? How did you fall through a roof?
I don't know, just took the wrong step, I guess.
I guess so. So what did he make you pay for the damages?
Yeah, we paid for every bit of it.
Okay, and it took it out of your check after over a course of...
he made us pay cash up front.
Cash up front. Wow. Okay, well, anyway, everybody's different, and I don't know. Some people were saying, so let me know, ninjas, what would you do in this situation? Do you take the do you take the cost up front and you just pay for it? I mean, do you take care of it, or do you actually make the person who broke it, is where I'm going with this, pay for it? Now, how I look at it is, it's my business, it's my responsibility, it's my customer, and so I don't expect anybody to pay for it. But I will always say this: if they offer to pay or help, I appreciate that. That shows me a lot that they really, it was an accident, of course, but they really respect not only me as a person, but they respect the company they work for, and they respect their position. And so that means a lot to me, but I do not make anybody pay for it, you know. And first of all, a lot of people are gonna say, well, you got insurance. Well, first of all, if you have insurance, ninjas, you've also got a deductible. So you gotta look at it that way. Like, if the cost, the damage is somewhere close to that deductible cost, it's not really worth you having a claim. You might as well just pay for it. But if it's like a dramatic over the deductible, let's say your deductible, well, I'll tell you mine's $250. So let's say that door ends up being $1,000. Yeah, at that point I don't mind paying $250 and just claiming it on the insurance and let the insurance pay the other $7 something. So it's my responsibility, it's my business. Let me know what you think. Enough of that. I don't know if I'm gonna record it here or not. Oh, there's that Ford. It's a good looking truck. He had a Nissan Titan, and he got real smart and got rid of that thing and ended up with a dually Ford. That's a nice truck. Man, that's a nice truck. Did I say that's a nice truck?
Yeah.
That's a nice truck. That's a nice truck. Oh, did I really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Hey, that's a nice truck.
Thanks.
We're gonna go ahead and show you, me and Busy Bee right now, how not to fill up your mower with fuel with a gas can. So what do you do first?
Well, first you gotta take the cap off the lawnmower.
Okay.
If I can get it off.
All right. So what is the second step you do then? You gotta find a gas can, right?
Yeah, you gotta have that.
5-gallon gas can, yeah. Preferably for a big tank like that. All right. A mower with, okay, so hold on, go up on the trailer. Step on in there. So pay attention to this, ninjas. This is a free lesson from Busy Bee.
Usually what I do, I just sit in here and
then just press the button
and let it go. That don't work out too good all the time.
So it doesn't work out good all the time. So why does it not work out? So tell them the proper way. You just showed them how you usually do. Tell them the proper way.
Well, you need to grab it and kind of don't put pressure on the end of it or you'll break it off.
So you need to use a little bit of your manly so-called muscles
in your arm
and actually hold the 5 gallons of weight of fuel up and not put the pressure on the nozzle of plastic, which has been in 100-degree weather now for days and days and hours today. And if you do, what happens?
Well, you end up breaking it.
So ninjas, tell me, what should I do with this boy? First, he broke some lights that we still haven't seen yet, but he's seen it, but we haven't been there since I got the text. Then we did the door, glass door, and now the nozzle to the gas can.
Yep.
What should we do with old Busy Bee over here, ninjas?
Ain't no telling.
All right, well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. You see this tree behind you?
Yeah.
Go find you a stick, boy. But I wanted to ask you, ninjas, what do you actually do for ice and cooler? And the reason I'm asking you is, right now I'm just using this Lowe's cooler that's a 5-gallon. It's not the best, it doesn't really hold ice, but I will tell you something. It also depends where you get the ice. So we've been getting the ice from the gas station, which is much more expensive. It's like $2.49 a bag, and the bag is a lot smaller. And we went ahead to stop this morning to one of those ice machines that you can find from time to time. They're not everywhere. The bag in there is much bigger, and it's $1.75 instead of $2.49, and it's a bigger bag. So that's number one. Number two, the ice chunks, believe it or not, are smaller. And so what me and Busy Bee were just looking at is the ice actually, because there's more ice for one, and the chunks are smaller, it lasts longer. So yesterday around this time, this whole bucket was nothing but water, no ice. And we bought the bag at the gas station. This morning we stopped at that ice box, I think that's what it's called, And look, we still got ice right now. Isn't that cool? What a difference we can tell.
I think it's probably because it comes with more ice in it.
But let me know what you ninjas do for ice. Some of you have mentioned that maybe purchasing your own ice machine. That's actually funny that I had somebody even mention that earlier when I did a post on Instagram, because that is something I'm considering on doing for next season. I'm gonna look into them. I don't even know really what my options are or prices or anything. But in the meantime, what do you guys use for coolers? What kind of coolers do you use? What would you recommend? Because I definitely want to upgrade to something a little bit better than this. This was just kind of like a last minute resort. The one I had last year has just gone to heck. Right now, ninjas, it is super hot. I mean, we're talking 100-degree weather all week, every day. And one of the most important things that you can do for a lawn is not cut it really short. Even though if you've been cutting it a certain height during some of the cooler temperatures, now is the time to raise them decks up. So you don't want to go too high. You want to be still able to make a difference, still be cutting something, leaving it nice and clean. But you want to raise that deck up just a tad bit. If you cut it too short, ninjas, you are going to kill this grass. It's going to go into shock, humidity, and the sun. It's just going to burn it, and you don't want to do that. All right, ninjas, it's a wrap. Just got home. Busy Bee just left. Let me tell you something. It has been so hot and humid. I haven't even really felt like messing with the camera. I honestly have not. I didn't even think I was gonna do a video today, but it's so hot, ninjas, to the point where it's actually like dangerous hot, okay? And I'm sure it is in other parts of the country too, and probably around the world. But I don't know how it is in different areas, but here where I'm at, the humidity is a killer. So there's a difference between just being hot, of course, from the sun, and then the humidity. So I don't mind the heat from the sun. I don't mind it being warm. I don't mind it being even 90, 95 degrees if it's just sun. But the humidity, you cannot breathe. And so Busy Bee and I have just been wanting to jump out real quick, knock out a yard, and come back in the truck. And when you are dealing with this type of a heat, ninjas, you really want to be careful. Make sure, of course, as we all say all the time, stay hydrated. Of course, stay hydrated. You know, make sure you're drinking lots of water, but also, I said it, I think, a while back. Make sure you're drinking like Powerade or Gatorade, because they have electrolytes, and you lose a lot of electrolytes when you're sweating, and the water doesn't replenish that. So, is that even a word? Hope you enjoyed. Thirsty Third, boy, was that a thirsty Thursday. We've been thirsty all day, drinking water like crazy. But Thirsty Thursday is a wrap. Stay tuned. Freaky Friday. There's always something freaky going around on Friday, ninjas. I'm tired, you can tell. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe out there. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.